Hey guys, I hope you're having a good snow day. But we're going to do a little division today. Um, so before we jump it just straight into dividing big numbers by not so big numbers, we're gonna get back down to our basic facts here. So a basic fact for division, if you don't remember, uses the divisor from 1 to 9 and has a quotient from 1 to 9, and it helps us divide larger numbers. So as you can see here, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. That's a basic fact we should know. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. That's another basic fact we should know. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Now, what I want you to do is answer the question, what is 16 divided by 4? 16 divided by 4 is 4. Right? Now, if you can see our pattern here, what would our next basic fact be using 4 as our divisor? Well, 16, we had 4, 8, 12, 16. Our next multiple of 4 is 20, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. So you can see a pattern here. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our quotients. And that's going to help us when we use the pattern, when we use that pattern to divide our bigger numbers here. So for example, 1,600 divided by 40. That can be very confusing, but we can use our basic facts to help us. So if we're looking at our place values here, we have 1,600 divided by 40. That's the same as 1,600 ones divided by 40 ones. So if we were to break that down into a higher place value, like our tens, what would our new problem be? We have 1,600 ones divided by 40 ones equals 160 tens divided by 4 tens. So if you want to think about it in terms of the decimal point, we move the decimal point to the left one, and now we're just looking at our tens, using smaller numbers to help us figure out our answer. Now the pattern here is using our basic fact, 16 divided by 4 equals 4. 16 ones divided into groups of 4 ones equals 4 groups. We add a 0 to the end of each one. We have 16 tens divided into groups of 4 tens equals 4 groups. Still dividing tens into tens. Now, when we get to our overlying problem, which we were trying to figure out, which was 1,600 divided by 40, we would do 160 tens divided into groups of 4 tens. Now you'll notice that we went up a place value from our 16 to 160, but our 4 tens stayed the same. So our answer from our basic fact, 16 divided by 4, got a 0 added to the end of it. So 160 tens divided into groups of 4 tens equals 40 groups of those 4 tens. If you want to think about it in terms of multiplication, if you did 40 groups times 4 tens, you would have 160 tens, or 1,600 ones. So don't let the ones and tens trip you up. If you have to, you can think about it, like I said, 1,600, and you just move that. You have that decimal point, and you just move that decimal point to here. Take our comma away, so that makes sense. And then instead of ones, that's just tens. Just remember that you have that tens there, so you remember to move that decimal point back when doing other problems. Okay, so Number 3, to divide 15,000 by 30, find the basic fact. So what basic fact are we going to use here? Well, if I take my zeros away, I see that I have 15 divided by 3, and I know 15 divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And if we're using that basic fact, using place value, what is my tens going to look like? I have 15,000 ones divided by 30 ones equals 1,500 tens divided by 3 tens, right? So using that pattern, what is our answer going to be? Well, I know 15 divided by 3 is 5. 15 tens divided by 3 tens is still 5. 150 tens divided into groups of 3 tens is 50. So 1,500 tens, I need to add another 0. So that'd be 500. So for you to figure out, I want you to write down the basic fact for 35,000 divided by 50. Okay, so that way we're on the same page. And then I want you to find what is 35,000 divided by 50. Okay, take your time. If you have any questions, reach out to me and we can work on it. Have a nice snow day, guys.